p.m. in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm actually on my way home from a ministry event that I was asked to volunteer and come and help out doing a teaching segment, and I just want to share a little insight, a little behind the scenes of what this thing called ministry is really like and what it's all about. You know, many times we see people, you know, in the public eye, or maybe just, you know, around us in our organization, churches, wherever you might be, and they are serving. And you know, a lot of people, they don't tell you, they make ministry look, you know, easy. But you know, in my last 5 going on 6 years serving in ministry, I can tell you that being easy is the absolute opposite of what ministry is all about. So I'll share my little experiences today, the reality and the humanity of what it means to actually serve. You know, being a minister in any capacity, wherever you are, whether you're a worship leader, whether you're a minister of God, whether you're an usher, whether you're a missionary, whatever you're doing, when you said yes to Jesus to serve, it was about serving with a selfless heart. But let me tell you something, it's not always easy. Ministry will take every single drop of what you have out of you. And you know, when we look at Jesus, he was the perfect example of what it was to serve selflessly, to the point where he literally bled out every drop of his blood for us. So today I was last week somebody called me and asked me to fill in for a teacher in training seminar they had today for a particular group, and one of the teachers was not well, and they called me and asked me to fill in. You know, I said yes, and you know, today's a holiday. I don't usually get many days off, and it's like, okay, this is the one day I could have stayed home, you know, relax, have a good day with my family. But I said my yes, and mind you, this is voluntary. It's not a paid job. You know, most of us who are out here serving, we're doing it for free. And as I went there today, I was told that, you know, come for 11 a.m. and my segment was actually supposed to be around 11:30 or so. So, you know, I left home. I had a very light breakfast. I don't really eat very early. I had a light breakfast, and I went. And I got there at about 11. And let me tell you something. I did not go on to do my part until it was 1 p.m. So for 2 hours, I was sitting there. I was starting to get so hungry. Listen, I was hungry because my breakfast was so light, and normally I eat lunch around 1. So of course this is my time where I eat, and I was getting hungry. We all know when we get hungry that we can get very irritable, which I was getting. And I began to feel frustrated, and I began to question, why am I even doing this? Like, oh my God, why am I here? And you know, like, God, I could have been home in my house. I could have been home relaxing and eating some nice lunch in front of my TV and chilling with my family. I began to get irritated because at that point I was hungry. We all know when we're hungry how we can get, right? And you know, time was just going on. They had started their program late, so my time was pushed back, and I was just getting so frustrated. And you know, when it was my time to go on, I had to put aside all of that. I had to literally put it aside. And this is what God talks about when they talk about killing the flesh. Hear me. This is what it means. At that point, I had to kill every single emotion of irritability, frustration, and go up there. And I started to pray and say, Holy Spirit, you have to help me. You have to help me do this thing. You have to help me smile. You have to help me put on. Because imagine I'm going up there to teach, and my stomach is literally growling. You know, in Trinidad parlance, we would say our belly scraping. And I had to put it aside and go up there and put on a spirit of excellence for the Lord, not by myself, but by the help of the Holy Spirit. And this is what ministry is all about. This is what serving is all about. You know, we have to remember our why. It's something that I always try to bring to the forefront, even though, this is what I want to get at. Guys, don't feel bad because you have moments of humanity. People will make you feel that, oh my God, if you have to serve God, you can't feel frustrated, you can't feel irritated, you have to serve with a selfless heart, which we know, but we are humans. We're gonna feel. Jesus was tired. He it just came to me when Jesus was hungry and he went to the fig tree to get something to eat, and the fig tree had nothing on it. What he did, he cursed that fig tree. He said, listen, you will not bring forth fruit anymore. And I want to say this, that be kind to yourself in the moments that you are human, but also remember your why, and that will help to pull you through. This is for anybody who is serving in ministry, serving in any capacity in the Lord. You will have your days when you feel like quitting. You will have your days when, like me today, is like, why did I even do this? Why did I come out of my house? And you start to think, you see me next time, I am not going to even bother. But trust me, next time around, I'll be giving my yes, because it's something that comes from deep in your heart, your desire to serve God, and it really is a challenge. But you gotta have that mindset of remembering your why and asking God in those moments that you feel frustrated, in the moments you feel weak, the moments you feel like I can't do this, or I don't want to do this anymore, or this thing is too uncomfortable. That's the moment that you have to call on the Holy Spirit. Listen, you got to call on the Holy Spirit to help you. And even this could be applied to every part of your life, in your job, in your family, in your marriage, your parenting, any aspect. We got to know that in those moments, my goodness, that humanity takes over, that flesh takes over. We got to call on the Lord, because I sat there and I prayed. I said, Holy Spirit, you have to help me. I'm so hungry, I'm so tired, I'm so irritable. Help me have patience, help me to do this, help me. And I was able to get up there, do my part, and now I'm heading home. It's 2 o'clock. And ministry is about sacrifice. Many of us who are out here, we make sacrifices that a lot of people don't see. This is not me tooting my own horn. I'm just saying this is the reality of it. And if you are serving, or if God has called you, know that there will be many, 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 many times, speaking from experience, that you will do things that nobody would see, that nobody would acknowledge. You will be doing things that would take so much out of you, and at the end, you're going to get really nothing out of it. I'm talking about from a human perspective, but know that anything you do for God, He sees it, and He is the rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. And I add to that, to serve Him. Anybody who serves God, He is a rewarder. He rewards. His reward is greater than you can get from human beings. Alright, so be encouraged, my fellow brothers and sisters in ministry. This is for you today. Be encouraged. It's not always easy, as some people might make it look. You might see pastors getting up on the pulpit on a Sunday and they're all decked off, and they're nice clothes and nice jackets and nice dresses and shoes, but it takes a lot for them to get there, and they may not show you the struggles that they had to get to that point. But trust me, if they are a true man or woman of God, there have been many struggles behind that. So be encouraged. This thing is a labor of love. But the days that you feel like me today, the days that you feel this sun, I know how we're gonna do this thing. I'm tired, I'm fed up. Call on the Holy Spirit. And do everything with excellence, always remembering who you represent. Alright guys, so I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. Take care. Bye.